Do we need a Twitter? Do you want me on Twitter? Do you want me to tweet you? I'm going to tweet you real good. Somebody just tweeted me. Vibrated my pants. I'm in a Canadian tuxedo, I think it's called.
Not quite.
Not quite. Well, the jacket's in the car. Today we're going to be talking about organization. Now, if you're the type of person that can go into their studio and find everything just fine, they have no problem with creativity, they can just go ahead and do it, you don't have to watch this. This isn't for you. If you're the kind of person that has a studio full of art supplies but you can't find a pencil, we got to talk about organization. This is something Olivia and I have looked into. We've actually read books on this because creative spaces sometimes require a little bit of mess. What was the term I came up with that I said? Controlled chaos. It's the right level of having the balance between knowing where things are and not feeling like you're in the military. This is almost a continuation of a place to art as well as art supply hoarding, because the overall message is, what's the right level of organization that you need? Now, if you are a mixed media artist, it's probably better to just start organizing things by, well, here are my watercolors, and here are my oil colors, and here are my acrylics. But if you are using a single media, like let's say watercolor, bin it up, bin up your blues. Now, we're gonna do something we've never done before in Arts Problems. We're gonna go behind the scenes a little bit. And I'm gonna show you what I mean, how we kind of organize here in our studio, some of the art supply surplus that we have. Will you be jealous? Absolutely. Well, this is exciting for you. This is what I look like behind the scenes. And let me just kind of show you what I mean, okay? I'm talking about binning out paints, so we've got a lot of paints. So I'm doing it over here by, well, these are oil paints, and I got watercolors and such. When you've got a lot of colors, by color, you can see I've got my blacks, my earth tones, my browns, and then over here I keep yellows, greens, and then bin things out. We've got oil mediums, acrylic mediums, things that we haven't labeled yet because we just keep putting random stuff in there and don't know what to call it. It's mixed media drawer, right? Yeah. Whether you have 5 tubes of paint or 500 tubes of paint, the same rules apply. Keeping it organized in a way that you can maintain both your creativity and control over where certain things are. Now, I know you. Yeah, you might think I don't know you, but I know you. I know that you've been in an art supply store before. It might not have been a Jerry's. I know that if you see a tube of paint that looks like this, that's all kind of dented or whatever, you've removed this tube and you've taken the nice looking tube, the slick tube from behind. You know how I know? Because I do it too. It's terrible. But why? Why would we get something that's intentionally more precious looking? So throw them in a bin, dent them up. That's how you're going to break into it. I don't want you to store your art supplies in a place that makes you feel good because it looks clean in the box that it came in, okay? This is not an effective way to store your paints. An effective way to store your paints is to squeeze them out into a pallet and have them, I wasn't expecting that, and have them ready to go. This is more work when that creativity is on your mind. It's okay to use this stuff. Get your hands a little dirty. Certain things like pencils, markers, they will come in cases that are designed to kind of display an easy access, and that's okay. This is a setup thing, and you should already be set up as best you can. Now, what about your art? You might be one of those people that have tons of sketchbooks around that you've actually sketched in, and you've had a drawing that you wanted to show somebody. You were talking about, I don't know, underdog. You're like, well, I did underdog. Well, let me show you. And it's in here, it's in here. You need a sketchbook that you would know it's in, whether it's cartoons or whatever it is. You also should try your best to label your art. One of the things that I think is the easiest is having a photograph of that artwork. Take a photo of it, label it and date the file, and have like a digital folder of these things. That's also a great time to put down things like what medium you use, what surface you use. These are things that if you ever want to sell, people want to know. Oil on linen, acrylic on cotton. Now, the artwork itself, if you're doing like drawings or prints or whatever, bag and tag. That's what I want you to do. And you should write the labels out, not on the artwork, because that will dent it up. Some people don't think about these things. I think of everything. I think that most people fall in that median line is that if they feel like their place is totally organized, but they're struggling with their creativity, you might be over-organized. But if you're unorganized all the heck, you're not gonna know where anything is. You might be really like, oh, well, I'm ready to paint. Where's my damn paint? Do you have an organization problem? I want you to share it with everybody, okay? This is another dysfunction, or I have art supply dysfunction. I don't. I'm function. Everything's working, okay? If you have an issue with organization, share it below. Let it out. If you have a solution to those things too, or what you've done to overcome them, let's put that information below. So organize your art. Okay, organize your supplies and organize me on Instagram, where I'm going to use Will's idea of just the tip. I'm going to share just the tip with you on Instagram. What does that mean? I don't know. It means we're going to do little short videos based on some of the questions that you've put down, where I just give you tips on things like brush storage, or I don't know, artwork photographing, little short things, okay? I believe that you will find the right solution that will help you on your creative journey. And that's what I'm here for, to help you on the creative journey. And maybe make you feel better about yourself, because you don't want to be a mess like me. And I don't mean mess in like the organization way. I mean mess like, whoo, like I'm medicated. You know, I think that's a stereotype amongst artists, is that they're sloppy, messy people. You know, I've never dated an artist. I've had an artist roommate, but I wasn't his type. What were we talking about?